none of these niggas won't smoke with the game. Since I've been rapping, I got some new walls where they at, man. I'm trying to put.
Yo, back with another YouTube video, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This video, it's a little different, you know what I'm saying? This is what we got. We got Dangerously in Love. Mayweather's dangerous obsession with rapper NBA YoungBoy. Let's get into it, boy. We're finna see what they talking about.
To the outside world, Yaya Mayweather had it all. A last name that rings louder than most people's entire existence, access to luxury most people will never touch, and the kind of proximity to fame and power that makes her life feel like a dream. She soared through school with ease, graduating at just 15 years old. But instead of walking the stage then, she chose to wait until
How you graduate at 15 years old? What the fuck's going on in this generation?
she was 18 to accept her diploma in front of the crowd. Book smart? No doubt. But lately, some can't help but wonder, if her mind is so sharp, why is her heart so reckless? What's really going on beneath the surface that keeps pulling her into chaos? Behind all the glitz, the money, and the illusion
She like them gangsters. She fuck with the gangsters.
of a protected life, there was a girl who chose to love a man the internet labeled a degenerate.
Not a degenerate. Bestie, you messy as
While the world watched in disbelief, Yaya fell for none other than Baton Rouge rapper Kentrell Deshaun Golden,
Who?
better known as NBA
Why saying who like y'all don't know who that is?
YoungBoy. Some called it a phase, while others called it a train wreck waiting to happen, especially since YoungBoy was already the father of multiple children by multiple women when he added Yaya to his harem.
Not the damn harem. Bestie, you play too damn much.
Today, we're taking a psychological deep dive into the inner world of Yaya Mayweather and the complicated love that keeps pulling her back in. But before we jump into it, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on. Teen. By that point, he was already a father of 4, and he had another baby on the way with his on-again, off-again girlfriend, Jania Michelle. YoungBoy later accused Jania of giving him herpes, and she denied the allegations. But that's a story for another day. According to neuroscientists, the human brain doesn't fully develop until around the age of 25, particularly in areas responsible for decision-making and impulse control. Yaya was barely 18 when she and 19-year-old YoungBoy began publicly dating. Her prefrontal cortex, which regulates rational thought and emotional judgment, was still under construction. That alone doesn't excuse everything that followed, but it helps us begin to understand how fragile the foundation of her world may have been when he entered it and vice versa. What makes Yaya's story more tragic is her lineage. Her father, Floyd Mayweather, is a boxing champ and global icon. However, fame and fatherhood don't always go hand in hand. Though he provided for her financially, it's worth asking what kind of emotional currency was exchanged in return. Research from psychologist Dr. Linda Nielsen on father-daughter relationships shows that daughters who perceive their fathers as emotionally unavailable or inconsistent are more likely to experience low self-esteem and unhealthy romantic attachments. In other words,
Daddy issues. Girls with daddy issues are the biggest hoes. They just want a nigga. They just want to feel what the father couldn't give them. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd, a man consumed with building his legacy, may have unintentionally left his daughter emotionally bankrupt in the process. Attachment theory, which was first introduced by John Bowlby and later expanded by emotionally distant or unity, or an almost irrational loyalty to people who offer chaos in place of consistency. Enter YoungBoy, a man already battling legal issues and surrounded by multiple women, lots of children, and a reputation for volatility. To the untrained eye, he may seem like the worst possible match, but to someone subconsciously drawn to emotional unpredictability, he might feel like home. In February 2019, Jania gave birth to his 5th child. And then in March 2019, it was rumored that Yaya had slashed YoungBoy's tires. While she denied the claim, the couple appeared to have taken a break afterward, and YoungBoy moved on with Kodak Black's
10 out of 10 friends say you have to go to that wing place, and that pizza shop, and oh, that noodle spot.
ex. It wasn't until months later, in December 2019, that he confirmed she slashed his tires in the release of his song Dirty Iyana, Iyana being Yaya's legal first name, of course. While everyone thought the song signaled the end of their situationship, just days after the song's release, Yaya posted a video on Instagram of her and her mother enjoying the song.
She toxic as hell, bro. She toxic as fuck, bro. What the fuck is wrong with this bitch, bro? She like she cool though. Crazy as hell.
YoungBoy and Yaya even communicated with each other in the comments, with YoungBoy writing, "I'm laughing so hard, I love you." And Yaya replied, "LOL, love you more, baby." What in
These niggas. Hey, bro. I kind of understand it though, bro.
The toxicity.
Then came February 2020. Yaya got into a fight with Cecilia, another one of YoungBoy's love interests. It wasn't long before headlines shifted from paparazzi shots to mug shots.
Fix it, Black Jesus.
In April 2020, Yaya was arrested after she used a knife to injure LaPatra Jacobs during an altercation at the rapper's Houston home. To understand how Yaya could reach the point of physical violence, you have to look beneath the surface of the act and into the psychological chaos leading up to it. Dr. Judith Lewis Herman, author of Trauma and Recovery, notes that
Why we on this hospital doctor shit, bro? What the fuck going on?
when a person is trapped in an emotionally volatile relationship, the nervous system is constantly activated and the brain's access to rational decision-making becomes severely impaired. Yaya, like many young women caught in this cycle, may have internalized the belief that she needed to fight for her place in his life, that if she didn't prove her loyalty or stand her ground, she would become another ex, another footnote, another girl he left behind while the world watched. By the way, none of this excuses the violence. LaPatra did not deserve to be harmed. Weeks after the incident, YoungBoy chose a side by incorporating an animated image of him and Yaya in the cover art for his album called 38 Baby 2. To the outside world, it looked like a bold, chaotic move, but to Yaya, it likely meant something much more dangerous.
Yeah, y'all would love that bitch Yaya, bro. She obsessed with that nigga.
After the fight and after the arrest, he chose her. And in trauma-based relationships, that kind of reinforcement doesn't just pull someone back in, it buries them deeper. What YoungBoy did was a textbook example of intermittent reinforcement. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk in his And Strengthen the By self-just manipulation, that's reward-based control. The question is, did YoungBoy know what he was doing by elevating her at that moment? We're unsure. In June 2020, YoungBoy welcomed a baby girl named Armani with a woman named Nisha Keller, who's also the mother of his firstborn child. So not only was he knocking up other women during the time he was dealing with Yaya, but he was also spinning the block and sticking his dangalang in his exes. 1 month after welcoming his new bundle of joy, YoungBoy shared a photo of himself in bed with an unidentified woman. Not long after the photo hit the internet, Yaya vanished from Instagram. But just a few weeks later, she reappeared, rocking a pair of shoes stamped with "Never Broke Again," a not-so-subtle nod to the rapper's NBA acronym. In September 2020, he got locked up on weapons charges, but of course he planted a couple of seeds before he was hauled off to the slammer. In November 2020, a woman named Drea Simone gave birth to a baby girl. And then 2 months later, in January 2021, Yaya gave birth to YoungBoy's 8th child, a baby boy named Kentrell Jr.
Hey! That's it, Black Jesus.
Floyd is absolutely
Kentrell Jr., that's funny. She made sure she's named after the nigga.
in love with his grandson, who has also shown a love for boxing. And it's great that he stepped up to help raise him. YoungBoy's legal issues continue to mount, and he was put under house arrest in Salt Lake City, Utah in 2021. Do you think that stopped him from knocking somebody up? Not a chance.
Hey, if your partner is being secretive with their phone, you need to do this now. Most people are unaware this simple, yet powerful
August 2021,
Listen to that.
his new girlfriend, Jaslyn, gave birth to his 9th child, a baby girl named Alice. And then in September 2022, Jaslyn gave birth to his 10th child, a baby boy named Clemenza.
Clemenza.
In December 2022, Yaya received 6 years probation for injury.
Bro, 12 kids is fucking crazy. I don't want that many kids. I want like 4. But I get it. I kind of get it though. Like, he's rich as fuck. He's having about multiple different women. It's not like he's having 12 kids by the same woman because her body's gonna be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Her body's gonna be fucked. So, yeah, if I had like multiple baby moms, I'd have a lot of kids too. You know what I'm saying? And if I was rich as fuck, which I will be.
YoungBoy's baby mama, LaPatra. And as for YoungBoy, well, toward the end of 2022, he hopped online to discuss his desire to get married, but not to Yaya. He and Jaslyn tied the knot in January 2023 in Utah. If you think marriage turned him into a suburban family man, you're wrong. His legal issues continued, and we would be here all day if we discussed them all. As of this video, he has served time in federal prison and was moved to an Arizona halfway house in March 2025. Now, you would think that after everything that
Oh, he in Arizona in a halfway house? I didn't know that shit.
Yaya would focus on raising her son and would shelve any idea of being romantically involved with him again.
Okay, but I got a question. I'm raising my hand over here. I'm raising my hand. How do you co-parent with somebody in a halfway house? I mean, what that look like? How you do that?
But instead, some online users think that she and YoungBoy might be bumping uglies again. In May 2025, he surprised her with a new Lambo SUV for her 25th birthday. And then days later, Yaya showed off her new tattoo, a big old image of YoungBoy's face on her arm.
Ain't he married? Oh no, the hell she did. Well,
She really is a dumb bitch, though. I ain't gonna lie, but hey.
where is Floyd at? Child, somebody bring me my belt.
Even as he fathered more children, even as he publicly moved on, even as he married another woman, Yaya decided to honor him with a tattoo. This action wasn't random. It was most likely rooted in a desperate attempt to remain tethered to him emotionally and to hold on to the fantasy that maybe, in some twisted way, she was still his. Her actions bring us back to intermittent reinforcement. It's when affection is given sporadically, not consistently, which trains the brain to crave it like a substance. The moments when he chooses her, when he buys her a car, when he calls, when he gives her attention, they become so powerful that they override all the moments of absence, neglect, and betrayal. The world will say she should have known better, that she had too many resources, too many options, too much legacy to fall for a man like YoungBoy. But trauma doesn't care how rich your father is, and abandonment doesn't skip over you because you live in a mansion. And for young black women like Yaya who grow up in the public eye, there's often an unspoken pressure to appear unbothered, put together, and loyal no matter the cost, to stand by your man, even when he publicly humiliates you. This is not a love story. This is a story about a young woman grasping at fragments, trying to build love out of whatever broken pieces she's handed. A woman raised in a world where money spoke louder than emotions, but no one ever taught her what it meant to feel safe. So she clung to chaos, mistaking pain for passion, because no one ever showed her there was a difference. Yaya might not be done with YoungBoy, not because she's still in love, not because she doesn't know better, but because she might be unlearning the idea that love has to hurt to feel real. At some point, she has to stop shrinking herself to fit inside someone else's confusion. She has to look at her child, look in the mirror, and decide that she is enough.
Shit. But it sounds like a her problem, honestly. She won't fall for it. Oh well, but that's the end of the fucking video, niggas. Alright? That's the end of the video. That's all that's for me.